Holy moly! Hello, what is up guys? I'm your host Gordon and welcome to another one of my video. Today we got ourselves another Gel Blaster content. Today what we got over here is a sci-fi UZI Gel Blaster. I mean seriously, the Gel Blaster that we usually review in this channel is getting really boring and therefore we need something new. Something with a lot of gimmicks, you know what I'm saying? And this over here is probably going to be the first Gel Blaster with a automatic mag prime in this channel. I mean, take a look at that. And not only that this thing have an automatic electric mag primer, when you actually pull the charging handle over here to mag prime, of course, the magazine spins. How cool is that? Just like Mag Potato, which is cool enough to send this blaster over here for today's video. Mag Potato is a local Malaysia online foam dart blaster seller who sells rare imported foam dart blaster as well as gel blaster and even water blaster right now. So if you guys are interested to get yourself one of these and wanted to know more about newsletter of all kinds of blaster release, Mag Potato started their very own website as well as their Discord server. So the link is in the description down below. In the box, we got the blaster itself, a buttstock, a drum mag, a normal mag, battery and charger, safety goggle, a bag of gels, a fake reflex sight, and a manual. Let's slide in the buttstock, put on the sight, put in the magazine, and this is how the blaster looks like with everything installed. Okay, first look at the blaster. The silhouette of this blaster is definitely an UZI looking blaster. Just that this UZI over here got a little bit of those sci-fi touch on it. The aesthetic of the blaster definitely looks more like some sort of a space blaster, especially the mag primer over here. When you actually do this, the drum actually spins. This is cool, man. The plastic quality of this blaster over here is unlike any other gel blaster that I've reviewed in this channel so far. Most of them are technically toy level, but this is some really good quality plastic. I mean, this thing is solid. You don't even have any of those plasticky noise on it. Shouldering this blaster is actually pretty comfortable. The buttstock of the blaster sadly is not adjustable, therefore you are pretty much stuck at this length over here, but to me it is just okay. The Picatinny roll situation of this blaster, we only have one roll of Picatinny roll right on top of the blaster. We got a pair of iron sight over here, which is pretty tricky to aim. Of course, the fake reflex sight over here doesn't really help. The grip of the blaster is actually okay. The size is pretty comfortable. Just that it is kind of uncomfortable for my pinky finger because of the squared out area. But seriously, when you're in the middle of the game, you don't really notice it that much. The trigger of the blaster is large and nice to pull. It's definitely one of those clicky, switchy triggers. The mag release button is comfortably located at the left hand side of the blaster. It comes with a removable orange tip, but I suggest you to put this tip on just to show that this is a toy. And now let us talk about the firing mode. At the left hand side of the blaster, there is a on-off button over here, which technically you can say that it is a safety button. And speaking about the on-off switch, is kind of a wiggling around though, but it was put in there pretty solidly. It didn't even fall off when I tried to pull it. When you actually turn it on, there is only one firing mode, which is full auto. The only way to engage in semi-auto is again trigger discipline. Yep, and now let us talk about the mag prime mechanism. What do you mean by mag prime? Mag prime means that when you actually finish loading the blaster, you pull the mag priming mechanism, it will automatically cycle those gels in the magazine up to the lip of the magazine, which basically allows you to be able to instantly fire your blaster right after pulling the mag prime. Just that unlike the real steel counterpart, you will have to pull the mag prime for at least a second or two to make sure that all the gels are being cycled up to the magazine. You see, charging a real steel wheel looks a little bit something like that. And charging a gel blaster with mag priming mechanism looks a little bit something like that. And you release it. Yeah, you definitely need 1 or 2 seconds for that. The package also comes with one of these normal looking magazine, but the capacity is of course not as much as the drum magazine. The mag priming will work, just that you will not have one of those spinning magazine gimmicks on this one. But seriously though, this one actually looks pretty good. So yep, I guess this is a pretty straightforward blaster. I think without further ado, enough of me talking, let us go test the blaster out. Okay, we are back. The performance of this blaster is actually not bad. It can shoot from 141 FPS all the way to 149 FPS, which is a pretty okay number given that this is just a toy. In fact, I do realize that these new releases are actually getting higher FPS. Well, if I'm not mistaken, it usually goes around 110, 120, maybe once in a while 130. This over here is actually shooting 140-ish, and it is just using one of those provided free gels. I believe that if you use higher quality gels, it might surpass 150. The accuracy of the blaster in 8 to 10 meters hitting a target is not a problem. So far, operating this blaster, I did not encounter any jams yet, which is a good thing. Just that when I'm trying to use one of this straight magazine over here, not like this magazine is giving me any defeating problems or anything, is when you actually put the magazine into the blaster, you will actually sometimes encounter problem where the gel loading door will pop out and block you from putting the magazine into the blaster. So pay attention when you decided to use one of those straight magazine over here. There is an easy fix though. You can just grab yourself a sandpaper and sand down the gel loading door a little bit and it will fix it. Other than that, overall, it is a pretty fun blaster. And not to mention that due to the aesthetic and the silhouette of the blaster, this is definitely one of the blasters that is definitely qualified to be on the wall for display. Take a look at that. So yep, that's all for today guys. Like this video for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe if you haven't already, remember to ring the notification bell button because more videos are coming out, and of course I'm going to see you in the next video. Adios guys!
Yeah.